Yeah, okay, so ride like a big shot. So today I'm going to tell you about my encounter when I was stopped by the police, the DOT, Department of Transport. So these are the guys who, stop the trucks, do the inspections and all that. So every time you encounter the police, from, human nature, you always, tense and you're like, okay, what is he going to discover and all that. So that was the same feeling that I had. But anyway, before I jump into all that, I want to tell you about the DOT. So the DOT, they do random inspections. You can be stopped on the freeway, or when you go to the weigh scales, you drive in. They can be like, okay, go through the inspection, extra inspection. So what I've been told is that there's like the first degree, second, third, I think also fourth. Yeah, because when I showed my peers the inspection that I had, they said, oh, this is a simple one. I think it was third or fourth degree, something like that. So this is whereby you stop on the freeway, and then they do a check, and then whatever it is, then you keep going. Now the first degree, the highest grade, is when you go to the weigh scales, you drive through, they take you into an extra whatever. They tell you to stop, and then they do a thorough check on the track. Well, they're trying to find that everything is working perfectly. I'm going to get into the details of how that is actually done. But yeah, so I was driving from Washington, the state, not Washington, D.C. There's a lot of confusion when it comes to that. But yeah, Washington state, and I was heading towards Arizona. I can't remember exactly where I was exactly, but I was almost close to Oregon state. So I get stopped by the DOT police officer. So I'm driving, I see the blue lights coming on. I'm like, oh shit. So I pull over. 100% I know my truck is good, good to go and all that. So when I pulled over, guy comes around, it's like, okay, it's a DOT inspection, we're gonna start. I'm like, okay, cool. I know everything is fine, okay? But something is gonna happen with my truck that I had no idea. So, right hand signal, left hand signal, back lights, tail lights, everything. But then now when he checks the hazard lights, the right hazard light, it wasn't flashing. It was only the left. He notes down. Now he tells me, the Spulavetska, the washer fluid. So I turn on the wipers, they're working. So now every truck is different. Like even the small cars, every truck comes with different, features. So now this is an international. For it to, to push how do you call it? The washer fluid to come out, you press inside. I thought, you just push up. So I tried to push up, the water wasn't coming up. He was like, oh, okay, you don't have washer fluid. I was like, no, it's actually there, because I checked before I started driving and it was there. But it was about how you actually. So when he's done with all the checks and everything, he goes back to the police car. I'm like, I opened the truck in the front, and there's washer fluid. It's there. I'm like, wait, how come it's not coming out? So I remember, I'm like, okay, this is a different truck. So I push in, and it actually comes out. So I actually go back and tell him, hey, I actually have washer fluid, so don't have that on the inspection. Now, so my truck, when I was coming up from Arizona, I left it at the shop, the mechanics in Portland. So they gave me this truck just to get the load up there and then back. Now what happens is that I forget to get the license. I'm sorry, not the license, sorry, the insurance card. Sorry about that. So we always have like insurances and all that with us when you're traveling. Now he tells me, okay, can I see your insurance? To check the insurance, it had run out. For some reason, I don't know. I even asked the guy when I went back to the shop. I'm like, wait, how long has this truck been seated at the shop? Because it was also in the shop before they gave it to me. And I don't remember what he said, but I was like, wait, how come this person has been driving with an insurance that is expired and they never really got to know? But anyway, I forgot completely to get the insurance card. So he tells me your insurance is out. I'm like, what? I'm like, shit, I forgot to actually check that. So he tells me your insurance is out. I'm like, man. So he jots down a few things. He goes back to his police car. He's there for like a good 10-15 minutes. So I call my dispatch, my DTL. I'm like, hey, I've been stopped, blah, blah, blah. They're like, okay, cool. Take it easy. So he comes back. Now, when he comes back, now this is where the story gets interesting. So when he comes back, he's like, He tells me the things, that are not there. I'm like, yeah, I'm heading towards the operating center. I'm gonna, find out why, there's no insurance, blah, blah, blah. You're supposed to have it actually. So it was actually on me to find out if I had it before even I started driving. But the light, he was like, okay, you need to go have it fixed. I was like, okay, cool. So the thing is, I skipped any citation. That's the first thing. I didn't get any citation. I didn't get any fine or anything. But now, this is what I think why I never got the citation. Okay? So when the officer comes back, he's like, are you from, he said, are you from Zambia? Zambia, South Africa, or he mentioned 3 Southern Africa countries. I was like, no. I was like, Uganda. I was like, he was like, you're from Uganda. Okay, and I'm like, and he's like, oh, I'm also from Kenya. I'm like, oh, okay. So now the conversation flips. He's like, his mom is from Uganda, his dad is from Kenya. He has been in the US for a couple of years, blah, blah, blah. Now we go into the whole, where you're from, blah, blah, blah. Talk about Ugandan politics and all that. So the conversation flips. So I believe that I was lucky that I'm not going to say that he didn't do his job. Maybe he was supposed to find me or something, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Because usually they say that you can always be stopped by the police. And, like my light was out. But I checked, before the light was working. So it can blow up, for some reason, mechanical. But usually it depends on the police officer. They can tell you, okay, go have it fixed. Or they'll be like, no, I'm giving you a fine. Or whatever it is, citation. It's always at the discretion of the police. It's not like they're not doing their job if they let you off. No. But also depends on the interaction you have with the police officers. This is what I believe, or what I've seen happening. That, yeah, maybe they should have given you a ticket, but then maybe how you communicate and the whole situation, they can be like, okay, maybe you don't get a ticket today, but maybe next time you will. So it goes from officer to officer. But also for me, I feel like the fact that this officer has African roots. It was from Kenya and then maybe moved to the US, whatever his story is. He was like, okay, I won't give him a citation or whatever, but because he told me, okay, this is a big company that you're working for, so they must be having the insurance. And I was like, yeah, that's true, because I'm heading to the operating center. I'm going to actually get, because it's just a simple card you have with you. They always have them. You just get a new one and put it there. He was aware about that. So, but if it was my private truck, it wasn't a company truck, I think I could have got, because I was driving without insurance. So what if you have an accident or something? So I think at the back of his mind, he knew the insurance is there. It's a big company. So he was like, okay, if you're heading to the operating center, go get the insurance and have it there and have the light fixed. So I didn't get any citation. I didn't get any fine. So I was pretty happy at the end of the day. But yeah, that was my first encounter with the DOT. And I hope right now, trust me, I usually do my pre-trip. I check everything. The lights, yeah, I look at them, but you just want to get going. You don't look at everything critically. After that encounter, right now, when I do my pre-trip, I will check that all the lights are working, because this guy goes around, taps the tires. He makes sure everything is working. So my advice to anyone out there who's, in this business and, you're about to join or something, when you do your pre-trip, make sure the lights, everything is good. Because I didn't know that light wasn't working. But if I was critical with the pre-trip, I would have noticed probably. Okay, so make sure you pay 100% attention to your pre-trip and have your insurance, all the documents and logs. Because if you mess up with your logs, your hours of service, this guy actually sends all the logs to FMSCE, something like that. Okay. So if you have issues with your logs, make sure you're good. Other than that, you could have a bad day with the DOT. But yeah, so that was my last week. My first encounter with the DOT. It wasn't bad. But yeah, other than that, it was a nice trip to Washington. It's a nice state. There was a little bit of traffic here and there, a lot of construction along the way. Beautiful scenery in Oregon. But other than that, it was a beautiful week. And next week, right now I'm heading towards Arizona, and I'm supposed to head to Nevada, Las Vegas. But we shall see. Maybe I'm gonna get a different load. Don't forget, check out all my other videos. If there's anything you want to know about my work and everything, you can drop a comment, okay? And don't forget to write like, big shot.